Hey everyone, it's Donuts, and today we're going to talk about the Hypostatic Symphony event. I'm sure a lot of you have already tried out the cube bosses and are having a lot of fun. The rewards are pretty decent, but take note that if you are just aiming for the name card, you need 2000 points per challenge, and if you want all the rewards, you need 2900 points per challenge. I really have to hand it to Mihoyo for designing one of the best co-op events ever. You can play it in any way you want. For those of you still struggling with this event, here are the top 5 tips. Your health and energy becomes full when entering the domain, so don't worry about dead characters or lack of energy for your burst. Eat food and potions. Yes, this means your attack food like Jade Parcels or Adeptus Temptation, potions that give 25% Cryo, Pyro or Geo damage bonus, and even defense food if you are playing characters like Albedo or Noel. Don't select all the variations unless you are a whale. The 3 worst ones to select are Clear in 120 seconds, Boss Health plus 100%, and the crit rate or crit damage minus 50%. You may also not want to select the 50% Cryo, Pyro, or certain resistance of the boss if your main damage dealers are of that element. A bit of practice and knowledge goes a long way. Try out the event yourself first at a lower difficulty and less variations so that you understand most of the mechanics. You can watch some guide videos too if you don't understand what you just experienced. And this is the best advice I have for casual players. Do this event in co-op and on voice chat. You have almost 4 times the amount of damage in co-op and can coordinate your attacks and retreats with someone calling the shots. In co-op, you are more likely to be able to push for a higher score, and most of all, it is a hell of a lot of fun. I have put links in the description below to some Genshin social groups like Telegram and Discord, so check them out if you are looking for some new buddies to play Genshin Impact with. Alright then, the rest of the video is not a hardcore guide that will cover 100% of the mechanics, but will still give you a good amount of knowledge so you can do well in your fights. For the Electro Boss, this is actually a co-op showcase and mini guide. So what you want to do is always spread out if the Electro Boss is not doing any mech, so at least you can see what's going to happen. So rock, scissors, paper, Ningguang is actually dead. After the paper you can go in to do some damage. It's just a short DPS window. And after he actually goes back into his defensive form, once again your team should spread out and see what he's going for. Oh, this is the drilling mechanic. I got hit once, thankfully I didn't die. He's going into his pew pew mechanic. So 3 purple balls will actually shoot out. They're a bit slow and they're homing, and most of the time they go for the same person, but be careful, sometimes they can switch targets. Ningguang can actually hit the Electro Boss when they are in their pew pew form. So after the 3rd Electro Ball, you can go near the boss and do damage to it. The magical number is always 3, so 3 times. This is the laser ring mechanic. Dash in when the lasers are about to appear. This is a glitch where the DPS window is actually much shorter than intended, so unlucky for us. There's actually this glitch that appeared. So rock, scissors and paper slam again. After the 3rd one, we go in and do damage. Poor Klee over there died. If you die in this domain, you can revive in about 4 to 5 seconds, so don't worry about that. Just that you lose 4 to 5 seconds of DPS time. So whenever the boss is going into his changing form, just try to spread out. This is the pew pew mechanic. So Ningguang is actually trying to do damage to the boss, you see. First ball, okay, close one for me. Second ball is actually hitting Ningguang and she actually died right there. So 3rd ball, and then we go in to do DPS. So remember, there's always 3 purple balls that comes from the pew pew mechanic. So it's just a little bit of health left on the Electro Cube boss. Now we're gonna spread out again and see what he does next. He's going into the laser ring mechanic. Dash in, do damage before the lasers appear. When the symbol on the ground disappears, it's time to dash out. Okay, so now he's at low health. He's just going to spread out into a couple of prisms and shards. You want to use elemental damage to break all these little shards and prisms along with the main one. See, the issue here is I don't have my elemental damage ready. Thankfully, Klee, Ningguang and Gang were able to defeat the boss. So co-op is really much easier. This is the Nemo boss in co-op. So we can cheese this boss really easily by always just flying up to avoid mechanics. So if there's a DPS window, just cast all your spells and burst at it, damage it as much as you can. The little shards on the floor, when you destroy them, will actually create an updraft. So all these shards, you see that the loop is hitting now. You create updraft, you can use it to avoid almost all of the mechanics. Of course, they do last for a short while only. So we're damaging the boss again, and then we are going to use the updraft. Oh, this one ran out, so we're going to kill this shard and ride the updraft. So this is the tornado mechanic. It's going to last a very long time. The updraft may actually disappear before the tornado is finished. If that happens, just try to run around. So now as a DPS window, we're going to do a lot of damage. Try to be a bit thrifty or save your little shards for updrafts. Don't destroy all the little shards for updrafts. Because if you run out of updraft, you're going to be in big trouble. So this is the 3 pulse, where the floor, if you're on the floor, you'll take AoE damage. After 3 pulses, go and plunge attack the boss. And you have a very long DPS window to hit the boss with. So when the boss is about to die, it's the same. The updrafts will appear randomly, but this time the green orbs will move around. You want to collect all the green orbs, if not, you'll heal the boss back a certain amount of HP. So we managed to collect all the green orbs, and now we're just waiting for the boss to come back to a form where we can DPS it. So we're waiting for it. There's like 6 seconds left on the clock. 5, 4, 3, and we managed to do it in time. So this one's about 3,900 points in co-op. So tomorrow's co-op boss or cube boss is going to be the Geo one. I highly recommend to do it in co-op because there's going to be so many pillars that you may have to destroy. As we know, the Geo boss, if you're doing alone, is one of the slowest bosses to do when you're alone. If you like this video, don't forget to share it with some of your friends, like and subscribe. So thank you for watching and see you next time.